Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. So here, as you can see, there are some cardwell lilies growing. These are the cardwell lilies. Then you have some colocaceas. This entire wall is filled with the maiden fern, and everything is very naturally growing, of course, because of the monsoon seasons. So this is not the exact forest area, but this is the backyard. So you have a lot of stuff that is being thrown around, and through which the plants have been kind of growing in this environment. So back of this is the complete forest area for a couple of kilometers. It's a completely abandoned area, so there's a lot of vegetation. And this is where, because cardwell lily is not a native species over here, it's more towards the Thailand, Indonesia. So these were planted by the neighbors over here, and they do quite well without any care, because of course they get all the natural nutrients, rainwater. During winters probably there will be only one or two leaf left, but during the monsoon season it tends to put out a lot of new growth. Same thing with colocaceas as well. During winters and summers you will not find them. They will be completely gone. Only the tubers or the bulbs, whatever it has, it will be inside the soil, and as soon as it starts to rain they will come back. The same thing with this large caladium. You can see, absolutely beautiful. The tubers were inside the soil, and as soon as it rained it has sprouted out. I think it is very huge. I will try to go there because as you can see, it's very difficult to look around. Apart from that, I have spotted few of scorpions over here, so I'm a little careful. Apart from that, it's water everywhere, and this is the area, and you can see the size of this. So I have to be extremely careful because there have been sightings of snakes over here. So especially the cobra, which is supposed to be the most venomous snake around here. So I have to be extremely careful because it's the monsoon season. A lot of these snakes also tend to breed. So the best thing is that we have to make a lot of noise on the ground while we walk, so that they are aware and we are able to see if any movement in the grass. Otherwise we do not want to be very close to them. Ideally the snakes will not attack you. They are not, they don't just come to attack you. It is all done in self-defense. So if we are careful, then nothing is going to happen. We just need to respect nature, and that's how it tends to work out. If the snake is showing its hood, it indicates that it is feeling threatened and it will attack if you're going to go close. So never go very close to anything moving in the grass. Just stay away until it passes off. So here we go. This is the caladium. You can see how large the leaves are. I won't be stepping on this wood because it's all wet and it might happen to break, so I do not want to keep my leg on it. But fair view of how the caladiums look, you can see. And it's very important to understand the growing conditions. You can see it's growing under these large trees. So of course they are not getting any direct sunlight, they are getting filtered or dappled sunlight, and that is the type of environment that we need to provide. A lot of people tend to put their caladiums out in direct sunlight, and of course they will get burnt. But here you can see they're doing extremely well. Apart from that, the soil is very rich in leaf mold, because all of these plants that you're seeing over here will eventually start to die and turn into leaf mold, which is going to provide the fertilizers to these plants over the period of time. So over the years there has been a lot of dead debris, leaves and stuff that has got collected over here. So you can see how huge the leaf is. That's my hand and that's the leaf. You can see it's almost double the size of my hand. The petioles and the tuber is very deep down into those sticks. You can see that that is the petiole, so it's growing in between that. So this is all about it. We need to just understand their growing conditions, and of course, because a lot of people say that why my caladiums are not putting out large leaves. So this is one of the reason. You have to give those correct environmental conditions in order for them to grow. I haven't seen such large leaves in my care as well. These are almost 4 times bigger leaf size than what I tend to grow at home. And again, because this is a very natural condition for them, growing inside the pot is going to have a very different growing condition for them as compared to growing out in wild. This is like completely growing on the floor, so that's why you can see the size of the leaves are also very huge. These are some of the halicornas. Remember, I had taken them last time. Looks like this time there is a dog that has given some babies over here, so probably it has kind of walked over it. You can see they have kind of broken down, but the halicornas, you can see how well they have spread in the entire location over here. This is all of the halicornas. I don't see any flowers right now. I had seen it last time when I had come during the month of January, but this time I haven't seen any flowering, probably because there is less sunlight. You can see it's completely cloudy. There's no sun at all, so probably that is one of the reason why there are no flowers. And this is the entire jungle area, which initially was a garden, but it has been abandoned now. So everything has been taken over by nature, so you can see. And those are some more ferns over there. You can see them growing on the tree bark. These are ferns. I think those are the kangaroo ferns, I'm not very sure. And here's some more of the caladiums, again large ones, doing absolutely fantastic. And here there are some Florida clown. This is the caladium Florida clown. There's one small one over there, as you can see. There you go. Now guys, these are not native to this place. Probably a couple of years back these were planted in the pots, and maybe the people didn't know that these tend to go dormant during the winter, so probably they might have thrown the soil out and emptied the pot. These have started to multiply over here along with these as well. These were also kind of thrown away, I guess, so they have also multiplied. The tubers tend to stay inside the soil, and then they start to sprout during the monsoon season. So all of these are not native to this place. And over here we have some more bunch of the Florida clown that's growing over here. This one is the fishtail palm. You can see it's growing. It's very tiny at this point of time. It tends to grow really large. So this was also probably potted in the plant, and then it might have been thrown off. So now they are also kind of growing invasive. Caladiums over here are becoming invasive. You can see they are kind of sprouting everywhere. So over the period of time they start getting a little bit invasive, as in when they start getting when they have a very comfortable and favorable environment, they will start getting invasive. Of course, by winters and summers they will not be visible, but only during the monsoon season they will kind of pick up on their growth and they will start growing everywhere. And the fern that I've already shown you. So these are some of the plants that are present over here. As I said, this is a backyard. This is not the proper forest area. The forest area will start behind the wall that you see. That is the boundary, and behind that it's a completely forest area. So everything over here is kind of abandoned. This was probably, not very sure, maybe this was to keep some of the probably some domesticated animals, and it is completely abandoned at this point of time. It's all falling apart, but because these structures are very old, they were made probably 40-50 years back, and they are very strong. That's why they haven't fallen apart. If these buildings were made in today's time, probably they might have already collapsed, but because these are very old houses, you can see how strong it is. Even the window panels are made out of wood, which is very rare these days. So these are all the abandoned houses which have been completely overtaken by the plants. Nature has completely overtaken it. So that's all about it, guys. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it.